Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lady T here. Hope you're doing well. If this is your first time, nice to see you. And if it's not, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with when I upload videos. Okay, so this particular video is not actually about me. It's about somebody else. I am extremely passionate about women doing their thing and women in business. So you will see from my intro, my channel is about health, relationships, business, family. So the business part, as well as about my own business, it's going to also be about other people's business. What I see, or what I define as like a P31 woman doing her thing. So today I met up with a lovely lady who helps you with your body. And she helped me with my body today. And I think it's important for us as women to look after our body. So what better person for me to speak to than this awesome lady? Stick around and enjoy the video. God bless. Hi guys, it's Lady T. Right, so as I just said, I'm with, but actually rather than saying I'm with, who are you?
Well, you have a choice. Ola Yinka, Yimika, whichever one rolls off your tongue, your choice. I answer to both. So I originally am an osteopath, so I'm actually wearing a top made by Miss T over here.
The Osteopath Ninja.
Career goals, osteopath, tick, ninja, still working on that.
So tell me a little bit about your family.
So we are now a family of 4. Woo! I am married to Emmanuel. We've been married for 6.5 years now, I believe. And we have 2 children, a 5-year-old Erin and a 7-month-old Joshua.
How do you find managing your business and being a mum, and Joshua's only 7 months?
Yeah.
So how do you juggle? In fact, and let's not forget hubby. So how do you juggle hubby, kiddies, and business?
Okay. So I'm not gonna front. After having Joshua, my second son, it was difficult. As a mum and as a woman who studied for so long and has a plan for where she wants to be, being pregnant is great joy, of course, but there is going to be something at the back of your mind saying to yourself, when can you get back to work?
Yeah.
When can you be you again?
Yeah.
When can you just live and continue to work for that dream? So having my second was very difficult for me because I thought, well, there's 2 of them now, so it's going to be harder.
Yeah.
So I was in a place where I guess I was thinking negatively a bit too much, because I just kept thinking, when would this happen and when would that happen? And because of the type of person I am, I would say I'm ambitious. So I'm always trying to plan ahead of, when can I start doing this again? When can I start exercising? I think I started exercising about just under 6 weeks, and I had to tell myself, calm down.
Joshua was just 6 weeks.
Yeah. And I had to say to myself, calm down, because I was too ambitious and I wasn't getting enough sleep. I was thinking too much about where I needed to be, but I forgot that I just needed to be in the moment. I mean, we have phases in life, and we have to understand what phase we're in.
So I think you needed to take off the business hat just for a little bit.
Exactly.
And put mummy hat on.
Exactly.
Just for a little. You wasn't throwing it away.
It doesn't mean I was giving up. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I needed to do that, because of course you can be a wife, a businesswoman, a mother, a sister, a friend, but there's certain times in your life where you have to take a break on some things in order to be the best you can in other things.
Yep.
So I had to do that. I just stopped everything I was doing business side of things and focus on my children, on my husband. Thankfully for my husband, gosh, an amazing person, he was able to see that something wasn't quite right. You know, having a baby, I wasn't my normal self. I wasn't the usual me. You know, I joke a lot, I laugh a lot, I play too much. People tell me I play too much.
Plays good.
But
it's actually healthy.
Yes, exactly. But I just wasn't myself. So I think understanding what phase you're at in life is so important, because if you don't understand that phase, you're going to panic and think
you're going to crash,
not doing your best. Exactly. And you're going to crash, you're going to overwork yourself. So I needed to understand that phase. I stopped exercising because I just thought, I can't come and die.
Like she needs it.
The body will heal itself.
Like she needs it. We need it.
I exercise for strength, by the way, not to lose weight. I'm not trying to lose any weight. But yeah, so I was just trying to exercise.
I exercise to lose weight. I did it.
I was just trying to exercise to get my core back, reduce the back pain, and just to feel strong again. But again, I needed to understand that you just had a baby, and the body knows what it's doing. God knows what he's doing. It will heal itself, and when you're in the position to exercise, then you can start. So yeah, I stopped exercising.
So basically, you have a business that talks about listening to people's body languages, and you didn't even listen to your own language.
I needed to, exactly. So I had to take a step back and listen to what my body was telling me, and it was telling me to rest, especially when you're not getting sleep at night.
Because if she's not okay, if she's not happy, the knock-on effect is going to be on us.
Yeah, exactly. And there was, you know, so the fact that that was picked up at that time and not left for too long made such an improvement. And actually, people, you know, we're talking now because it's post-lockdown, but if lockdown hadn't happened, I don't know where I would actually be. Because sometimes God puts a halt on something for your own good.
Absolutely.
So I needed that lockdown space. Otherwise, I would have been back into work almost immediately. Which actually I was before the lockdown. Funny enough, I was back into work.
Josh was only 7 months. We've been in lockdown for 3. So Joshua would have been 4-ish.
Exactly, just under 4. I was back into work. So lockdown had to happen. I'm not saying it's a good thing, because I know that thousands of people have died, but there's sometimes you have to look at the good in the bad.
Absolutely.
And for me, it needed to happen for me, for my family, because I needed to shut down, and that's what I was forced to do.
No choice.
Nope. During my studies, I realized that I actually enjoyed everything to do with the body and just how to move better, how to feel better, how to just better yourself in every way you possibly can. I studied osteopathic medicine, and that's a 4-year course. So what we do is we focus on trying to remove, should I say, the difficulties that the human body has. So in terms of us using our bodies 24/7, the only rest we get with some people is sleep. So we are constantly either on our laptops or our phone. Depending on the type of work you do, you are constantly using your body, your back, your arms, your knees, everything. And my job is to actually try and reset you back to how you should be. So as time goes on, our muscles get tense, our joints get stiffer. So it's just a case of what can you do to kind of retract on that. So just give yourself a break, and also a chance to help you to understand how to release that tension. So of course I can help you do that, but then I also give like advice, exercises and things that you can do at home. Not that I don't want to see you, but it's nice for you as a person
and do long
to
term,
educate yourself and do it long term.
Notice that sitting here talking to Yimika, I'm consciously trying to have good back posture because you're sitting with somebody who knows good and bad posture. So in my other videos I'm like this, but you can't help but naturally sit like this when you're talking to someone like this. Okay, great. All right, so tell me your business name.
My business name is Body Language, and I actually got that name in a dream.
Wow.
Yes, I believe God gave me that name because while studying in I think it was my second year or third year, I almost gave up.
Okay.
Because it was just too hard.
The course was hard.
The course was hard. We had our last year exams. I mean, every year we had exams. We had about 12 to 13 exams back to back.
Wow.
So there was not even a day where we got a break. Maybe in the weekend because it was the weekend. So it was too hard. I was studying about 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. And it was a point where I just thought there's too much to learn. We have to learn everything about the human body. And it just got to a point where I thought, this is too much. Like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to know all these things. And the thought crossed my mind to give up. And I went to bed because I was tired, and I was just like, God, I am tired. I don't know. I was looking at options, where else to go, what else to do. And I went to bed, and I saw in my dream a building, a white building with the name Body Language. Never thought of that before in my life. I didn't even know how those words came together, and I just thought, I woke up and I thought, that's it. That is what I'm supposed to do. Exactly. Wow. So as I graduated and I began to work, I started to understand what body language meant. And to me, it was like I needed to get people to understand what their body was saying to them. So each person has their own language that they need to understand. So I can have 5 people come to me in one day with lower back pain, but they're all the root cause of the back pain, all different, because they're their own individual person. One person might be a brick layer.
One might be just a worker at the desk. Yeah.
It could be a basketball player. Yeah. It could be their occupation, the things they do in their spare time, the sports they played years ago, the injuries they've experienced years ago, the accident they had last week, the surgery they had on their appendix or on their foot. Everyone has a story, and that is the language that they speak to me, and that's what I have to see in them, as in the way they stand, in the way they move, in their medical history, in just them as a person. So even their mental health as well has an effect on our body physically. So it's about understanding each person's language and then getting them to understand it as well, so they know when they need the help. The body links, and that's what people need to understand the most. If you are wearing the wrong shoes and you've been wearing the wrong shoes to perform long distance running, and you're running regularly and you begin to get knee pain, chances are it's either coming from your shoes or from your hip. So it's trying to find out what the person does and how it's being done, and their case history, so their medical history, everything that's happened to them that could have possibly caused it. It's something that I probe and I find out first, and that's how we begin the journey. So it's not a one session thing. At times people don't review things to me until the 3rd session. I'm like, that's what it is. Yeah,
get it. That's interesting. Obviously I do know Yimika. We are church sisters. We go to the same church, and she is my sister in church. So she's not a complete stranger to me. And as I said, I did come here today for my own personal care. No one needs to know what that care is. But the reason why I'm making that point is, I said earlier that it's important for us as women, Proverbs 31 women, to look after ourselves. One, we look after ourselves for ourselves. And as I've said before, if I'm not happy, nothing and nobody else around me, my home, my husband or my children, cannot be completely happy because I am not happy. And elements of that is looking after my self-care. So what I want to ask you is, what are your thoughts on a woman and self-care and looking after herself? And Now, let's take away the fancy stuff. I'm not talking about having that, I don't even know the brand, the Louboutin red shoes, the jacket. I'm not talking about the physicals. We can all go out there and buy the physicals. I'm talking about the internals, the mental health state. What does looking after yourself as a woman mean to you? And in terms of the services that you provide?
Okay, so my business has two facets to it. So I have the health side and I have the beauty side. So the health side is for osteopathy, where we focus on muscles, joints, tendons, ligaments, anything physical that can cause pain. And then the beauty side is where we focus on hair removal. So that is the main thing. And that includes eyebrows, chin, upper lip, underarms, Hollywood region, the legs, basically anywhere that you want to remove hair. And the reason I started this actually was because most Black women, we get ingrown hairs very quickly. And at that point, a lot of my friends was experiencing the same thing as I was. And I started to think about trying to reduce this, because having it, you don't feel good with yourself. You look at yourself and you just don't feel sexy. So I found out about waxing and I started getting waxed regularly. So I noticed that made a huge difference. So I stopped shaving, I stopped using hair removal cream, and I started to wax. And I noticed that thinned the hair, and it also almost got rid of the ingrown spots as well. So I thought this was something that I needed to tell my friends about, because it was working for me. So share it. So I started telling them, and they were a bit like, oh, I'm not sure, who do I go to, this and that. And then I thought, you know what, this is something that I'm really passionate about. So I went for it. I did the course in it and I enjoyed it. I told my friends, look, I'm doing this, come to me, I'll show you how it's done. So that's how it just grew. I started waxing friends, and friends were telling friends. And to me, to see the fact that they were happier within themselves, because having ingrown hairs anywhere, on the face, on your underarms, your bikini line, you're not going to feel good about yourself.
It can affect your confidence.
Exactly. And once I started to realize how good I felt, so whenever I got a wax, you can't tell me anything. I felt good. Showering was great. It just everything just felt good. So I wanted other people to feel the same thing, and that's just how it grew. And just even when I'm done waxing, I feel good for them.
On that note, whatever it was that I came here for, when we finished, she went, oh, and I'm like, it's me, and she's like, I know, I'm just really happy, and I'm like, okay. And I think that's what Yimi's basically saying, is that happy feeling of feeling good. Now, let me take it back, or put it into more perspective as well. A lot of us have partners, have husbands, and sometimes, and my channel's going to be about real talk, and if anyone gets uncomfortable, you can pause it, you can turn it off, I don't mind, but I'm about real talk here. But sometimes with your partner, we feel a bit uncomfortable in some areas because of we've not perhaps looked after some areas properly. And I'm speaking the truth. So coming to someone like Yimika and looking after necessary areas, where you are now with your husband and your partner,
girl.
but that's the truth, and this is what I think is about the inner happiness. Once I am happy internally, for me, everybody else is happy.
Exactly.
Take that statement how you wish. But everybody else is happy. As you know, the channel and myself is about a Proverbs 31 woman, and as I said before, she's a hard worker, she's a grafter, she has children, and even if you are younger right now and you're not all these elements, one day you will be. One day you'll be a wife, one day you'll be a mother. So please watch my channel and put it into perspective, and don't switch off because, oh, I'm not a mum. But by God's grace, one day you will be. And by God's grace, one day you'll be a wife. So let's just put it into a bit of context. But anyway, so my point is, how would you define a Proverbs 31 woman? What does that mean to you? First of all, do you define yourself as a Proverbs 31 woman?
Oof. I would like to say yes. I mean, from what I have read, I would love to say yes. Of course, there are days where I don't feel like I am because you are just tired of everything.
Yep.
And of everyone.
Yep.
And you kind of just want to detach. But again, I've got to look back and think that's not a bad thing. That does not mean I'm not a Proverbs 31
at all
woman. It just means that I just have days where we need to rest and we need our own space.
Yep.
So yes, because I feel like not that you can be everything in one, but I guess the parts that I am playing in my life at this moment, I believe I'm doing well by the grace of God. I know it's not by my own power or strength, but it's the fact that I have a God that is giving me that strength, that's giving me that boost, that is reminding me of what He showed me. Because there are times where I kind of want to just be like, this is hard. I just want to just go somewhere else and do something else. But I can't detach myself from this, because when God makes a promise to you, He's gonna fulfill that promise. And that is what is keeping me, because I know that it's bigger than me and it's higher than me. So even if I'm trying to detach myself, I keep coming back to it, because number one, it's God-given, and number two, it's in me. It's a passion. It's something that I enjoy. I don't get a text from a client and think, I'm like, yes, let's do this. You know, it's the fact that I'm pushing myself so that I can also fulfill what God has showed me.
Love it.
You know,
and I think sometimes we, and that's a very broad we forget that God has placed it in us. I've read somewhere and I read it over. There's nothing you're doing that is new. It was in you. It is in you. But sometimes it's you that has to do the work to bring it out. Everything is already in there. God placed it in you. When He created you, He knew that you were going to have this journey. When He created you, He knew that you were going to give up and say it's too hard, 12, 13 exams, I can't bother to do this. He knew all those steps. So I'm a firm believer of everything is already in there. It's how you use your faith and His promises and keep His promises at the front of your mind to keep bringing them out.
Especially when I decided to venture into the beauty side of things. I thought osteopathy and beauty. God, I said, why? How does that even link? But it's actually been working really well.
That's amazing.
You know, one complements the other, and I'm just, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I felt a bit, would anyone take me seriously as an osteopath if I'm now into beauty? You know, I felt, how would that even work? But actually it is working.
It's been working. It's still the body. You are working on the body.
Exactly.
In all different elements, but it's still the one body.
Yes, exactly.
Amazing. Where do you see your business in the next 5 years, say?
In the next 5 years, ooh. Do you know what? I'm going to speak it into existence.
Amen. And she was questioning, am I a Proverbs 31 woman? She's speaking things into existence. She is.
My aim, actually, a couple of years ago, was to be able to give someone else the opportunity to work with me, I wanted to be in a position to pay someone else.
Wow.
To give someone another chance to like earn.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got pregnant last year, was it last year? Gosh, it's gone so quick already. So when I got pregnant last year, I actually was then put in a position to hire someone else and pay them, and
so that the business
kept going. But then I wanted to be in the position to give someone the ability to earn as well, and I'm still wanting to do that. So in 5 years time, I'm hoping to have a couple of staff working with me in a white building, as I saw. I saw this building, and it's going to happen. And just being able to let it run for itself, let it run by itself, and to be known. I want someone to see my logo and say body language. I want someone to see me and say that. I want to be what God has showed me. And that is it, really.
And it will happen. He will forever fulfill his promises for you, to you. I'm going to leave information about Yimika's business in the description box below, but if you've got any questions, you can always channel them through me to go to her. But you know what? Go and follow. And even if you're not even going to book an appointment, if you go to her page, you will learn so much. I mean, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's this, what I call just funny bones and stuff. But every now and then, Yimika puts up good information on how we can look after our body. I cannot urge you anymore to go check her out and go follow her. Yimika, thank you so much.
Thank you.
As always, I've been Lady T. Stay you, stay awesome, stay peace, everyone.